And what are you doing differently? Are you just a recruitment business? Are you making use of AI? Are you automating your processes? Are you kind of giving data insights to your clients so they actually value what you're doing above your competitors?
You are brave enough to go 1 inch up and look above the parapet. You will suddenly realise it is untapped, and they're the companies that will thrive in the future. Is how do we add value, because value turns into commercial outcomes.
Great recruiters are the ones who spend the majority of their time adding value to their customers. They spend less time trying to sell to their customers, more time adding value to their customers. The more value you add to your customers, the more they're going to trust you. The more they trust you, the more likely it is they're going to have a conversation with you about your products and your services.
A key reason for the success is that from day one, I had people around me that knew what I didn't know. I've always been a massive advocate of making sure that, you can't build a house without a solid foundation. And so from day one, I've made sure that as a business, we've had the right infrastructure and platform to build the business upon.
Companies who are successful are going to be companies who think about how they deploy labour in innovative and more mixed ways. So they have a core and a contingent policy.
Is the companies that are going to thrive are those who are really thinking, if you're 15 people and you're wanting to grow and expand, you've got to be thinking of value-added services that are revenue streams to what you offer.
There's a tortoise and hare with anything that you do. We could have gone out of the blocks, not invested in the business, not invested in infrastructure, not invested in people around me that knew what I didn't know, and just gone after it. But things would have caught up with us, as I've seen with other businesses, and we would have then had to play catch up in terms of putting it all together and making it work more efficiently. So from day one, I built a business knowing that we were going to scale and remain niche.
What do you do to make you such a people-focused business?
Best bit of advice when I got this job was just be yourself. You can't trip yourself up if you're being authentic. I've really just stuck to my instincts.
The art of success for me, and certainly in my world, has been I don't want to be everything to everyone. And that's nothing against the broader firms that are out there. But, for me, I've always wanted the Barton Partnership to be niche and specialist, built on a reputation that's known for doing something really, really well.
I'm being really clear. I'm not looking at anything which just makes us bigger.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't make us better, I won't go near it. Will this be a culture ad? Number one. Then is it in the markets I'm trying to be famous in?
Yeah.
Number two, then it's what's your service offering capability. If it feels right to everyone, you get the deal. If it doesn't feel right to everyone, you only get it if you're cheap. And I don't want to buy something just because someone needs the money. I want to buy it because I can help them be even better.
There's an absolute fact that AI will 100x over year on year now. So it's going to improve. It's going to become bigger 100 times quicker. And so if you're not strategic about what you're doing, every other day you're going to get something new popping up, and you're going to think it's the next flashy thing.
I'm a firm believer that, and I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, that our most advanced technology that we have might make us more human than less, right? But that's what I believe, and this is what we can choose. And we need to decide as an industry, do we want to be just a more industrialization, or do we reimagine it? And do we have the courage to reimagine it? We as an industry have the chance. We can say either more industrialization and replacement of humans, or we are really rethinking what recruitment is about and reimagining it and have the courage to do this, and we're amplifying it, and we see that actually competitive advantage isn't better AI, it is not more skilled recruiters, it is the better integration of human expertise with AI intelligence. That's what it's about, and that's what I get up for in the morning.
I think it is a big opportunity. I don't think it's an industry destroyer. I just think it's a consultative enabler. It will give us better quality insight quicker to be able to have better conversations and help people quicker than we can.
AI is not going to replace recruiters, but what it will do is it will replace you with recruiters that are using AI. You need to be utilizing AI as a superpower to amplify 4 times, 10 times amplify all the good stuff that you do. So think about your AI strategy, think about getting the basics done right first, brilliantly and consistently, and then use AI underpinning that to make sure we can amplify that and do a hell of a lot more of it.
I think the market is moving us to a place where we're a professional service, whether we like it or not. The barriers to entry are higher. You've got to have good technology now, for instance. Your client is difficult to find, and if you ring them and say, are you hiring, they'll tell you to get lost. Whereas if you ring them and say, look, I think you've got this problem, and we're thinking about how you solve that kind of problem, can we have a chat? You might get somewhere.
One of the key changes that we've made is rather than an individual going out saying, hi, my name's Nick and I do permanent recruitment, we've changed it from I to we, right? Yep. And rather than going out just selling your value proposition and then talking about the Barton partnership and what the rest of the business can do, now when consultants go out within the business, we are the Barton partnership. This is what we do. This is the value we can offer you as a client, and I sit on this part of the proposition, and this is what I do.
Traditional recruitment companies offer every part of a consultancy service for free to get the end result of placing someone, even then potentially with rebates and dropouts, losing that revenue. Whereas there is a value at everything that we offer a client. And if you are a small business, you need to productize your value set to be able to either get a revenue from it or take the customer on the journey of understanding that there's the value that you give them at the end is worth every penny that they pay, and your margins 20%, 30%, they get absolute value for it.
It's not just a recruitment business. Now we've got a multifaceted kind of talent solutions business where we support you with either training or we support you with assessment. We can do an analysis on your management team, tell you where the weaknesses are, tell you where the strengths are, and it's all from a data-based approach or a tech-based approach, well, rather than just being a recruitment business.
If you're a solo recruiter, specialism. So, be a big fish in a small pond, and work that pond absolutely rigorously.
I do think it'll be quite an exciting time for the sector over the next few years, and there's money out there, right, to do deals, and you've got large trade buyers who are private equity backed. They need to grow. They'll do that through acquisitions and organically, but acquisitions will be a key part of that. And then you've got the private equity buyers who do like the sector, and they've got money, so they're going to be there to do deals as well.
In recruitment, obviously, the more deals we make, the more money we make. I think that's sort of fairly obvious. That's why we're here. It's not necessarily about the quantity of clients that you work with or the customers that you work with, but it's about the quality of those customers. So are you working with organizations that really value what you do, that treat you accordingly, that are willing to pay a premium for your product or service? Or are you working with lots and lots of customers who don't really value you whatsoever? You spend a lot of time wasting time running around after them, maybe not getting a result or return on investment that you would like to get. Focus on building up a really good quality metric where you can scorecard your customers, where you can scorecard your jobs, and you only work with high scoring customers and high scoring jobs. That requires you to be strong. That requires you to be willing to walk away from business. But I think the best recruiters I know are the ones who are always willing to walk away from rubbish business.
What we tend to find, certainly with our members, is that unsustainable low prices bring people back to a discussion that says, nah, that didn't really work. So holding your position matters, but then helping them hit the button in the best way possible. If this button is the problem that I'm thinking about, what's the smoothest way for me to press that button? And have you got some ideas about how I might press that button? And if it's this skill need and I can't access it round here, where could I access it in the country? And just that kind of 1-2 step ahead piece feels like it starts to build trust in a conversation that's not about can we service your business, but how are you trying to solve your business problems, which might then lead you back to what we can do for you.
Our ultimate value to you is the ability to find you the best people for what you need, but there's a number of stages you're going to need before we can be really successful there. So often in our industry, we don't understand that if you give a little, you get a lot back with a client. If a client truly thinks and believes that you are there vested for their success and you're there to make them look better to their stakeholders, CEOs to shareholders, hiring managers to their bosses, if you make them look better and help them achieve what they need to achieve, you win the work.
The issue with recruitment is companies will hire when someone sticks their hand up and says, I'm leaving. But invariably, most companies know that someone will change their job every 2 to 3 years, but they don't forward plan. So that's our job, is to help them think about that so that they're not caught short and they're not saying, listen, I've got a real problem here. I've just lost so-and-so. I've got a load of projects I need to deliver. We need to hire straight away. And there's always this panic hiring. So I think the recruitment industry plays a value from a strategic growth point of view in helping people manage their talent. And I think any company that's looking to continue moving forward, or even deal with the challenges that we're facing right now, the uncertainty, at the heart of that will be having the right people in the right positions at the right time. And that's what we do.